I'm doing a show. I'm actually going to make a shameless plug for my show, and then I'll tell people that they can look at this and then they can know a little bit what my show will be like. That's what I'm going to do. David can't stop me. I'm sure none of his tribe has used this vehicle for self-promotion and commercial intent before. Never before done on the tribe's website. Today, it will be done. My name is Eileen Kelly, and I'm here to tell you about my new show called Cheaterland. Love, loss, the guru, marriage, menopause, divorce, dating. Dating! You kind of, I think you know what the show is about, right? It kind of covers it all. It covers it all. And I'm not doing it alone. No, I've got collaborators. My friend and collaborator, Isis, she's like Beyonce, Bjork, Cher. They only need one name. Isis has set this up for herself very early on. She's a 24-year-old African-American woman who grew up in Brooklyn, and she really has her eyes on the prize. And she will do it. I have every confidence in her. Isis, during my show, asks people in the audience for words that relate to the theme of my show and feelings that they might have, thoughts and feelings. And then Isis sits down for about 10, maybe 15 minutes, maybe 10, 12 minutes, and she writes a song using that language, those words she's been given. And it's amazing. It's amazing. She just makes a beat. I can't do it because the last time I did it with Isis, she said, Eileen, please never try to repeat my beat. Because I'm sorry to say, Eileen, you do not do it properly. I cannot sing with you. I said, I promise you, I will never do that again. I will never do that again. I do not have the ears for the beat. My ears cannot do it. But it is so beautiful to hear her sing. She is such a goddess. And we're doing this show together. And we're also collaborating with our friend Alice Klugertz. And she is going to interrupt my stories by playing my mother calling me on the telephone, which happens several times a day. Alice had this idea because one time I was walking down the street with Alice and my mother called, and then I put it on speakerphone, and me and Alice and my mother had a fantastic time introducing ourselves to each other. And so Alice said, I want to be in your show. I want to play your mother. I was like, that's a fantastic idea. Sold. Yes, you're in my show. And so now it's the three of us, and we're starting to do it once a week for 20 weeks. Right now, this video will be on David's tribe forever. 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 I'm so excited about this show, but it will only ever have been this once, that it was May 29th, today is May 29th of 2019, when the first of the 20 shows is tomorrow on the 30th. And there will be 20 weeks between now and the middle of October. And for once a week for 20 weeks, I need an audience because the entire thing, like what Isis is doing, is improvised. What I am doing is improvised. I'm telling different stories at different shows all the time. So you can come back to another show after you've seen it once and you'll hear a different story. One's autobiography is maybe lived in a linear fashion, but it is not remembered in a linear fashion. And maybe it's not even lived in a linear fashion. We're always going from the past to the future, the past to the future. And it's like that, those things are in the present all the time. And so who am I now? Who am I now? Where am I now? May 29, 2019. Tomorrow's May 30, 2019, my first show. So I go to each audience member and I say in their ear, the day I told Lowell I wanted a divorce. That's your story. If you want it in the show today, you're gonna have to speak up for it and negotiate with the other audience members. I go to the next audience person. The day I signed up for the dating app, tenderness. I know what you're thinking. You're probably right, but that's the name of the story. And then there's another story, and I just think them up as I go along, because you know what? I tried writing them down. I thought, okay, I'm gonna write down all the stories, be really official, write down all the stories. You know what? The stories are happening all this time. Now this is a story that might be in my show, could be in my show, why not? The tribe story, I'll go to the next person. David, the tribe story. Or I could say, Hope Martin, Alexander technique. I could say, the guru, when I met the guru. Anything that comes to my head, I'm gonna look at the person and I'm gonna think, wow, what story would this person like to hear? And if I'm like standing in front of a really cute guy, I might say, the best cunnilingus I ever had. That's the story that you can try to get into the mix today, because there'll be more audience people than is the capacity for me to tell the story. And I have to figure out the part where, like, maybe some stories might be small, like a minute, and maybe some stories might take longer, like 3 minutes. And I wanted to kind of try to work with a timer or something like that. I think like Alice would have a timer. It's kind of funny that she's the mother and the timer, but it's gonna work like that. And then I'm gonna ask members of the audience. I do not like to be kind of hit upon or dragged from the audience when I see a show. I do not want to be dragged from the audience into performance. I don't like that. I'm the audience, and now it's your turn to be the performer. But I am gonna do that, but I'm no dragging. No dragging. If you come to my show, I want you to come to my show. Please come to my show. Please come to my show. Please, it's gonna be really funny and you'll have a great time. It's super memorable. It could change your life. It could. You never know. It really could. So, come to my show. I will not drag you out of the audience, but I am going to make an invitation for audience members who prefer to be part of the show, who might like it, who might have some fun. If you know what, look, I'm even gonna do this. If you like say, hey, look, I'm gonna volunteer and be in the show because I want people from the audience to play the characters. So somebody would play like the dude who gave me the best cunnilingus of my life or something like that. But it's not a sex show. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. But like, you know, just to have like an image of like a person standing there, and I'll be like, this is him. Look at him. He's special. And it will be fun, you know, because we will know that he's not the dude because we're, you know, it's theater, but it will be fun because he'll just be kind of proud of himself. I mean, any audience member who stands up there and is like, I'm the dude. So, you know, also if you change your mind and you're just like, okay, I did it for a while and now I want to sit down, go ahead. It's done, fine. I mean, it's improvisational. Somebody can take your place or not or whatever. I got to figure that. I'm figuring it out. So it's 20 weeks once a week for 20 weeks. And somehow I'll have my website. Come to my website and find the information. I'm going to add a page for all of the tribesmen, all of the tribeswomen on my website. It's my business website, thresholdnyc.com. 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 It's my fitness website. I do fitness with people. I engage the question, how do we fall in love with our bodies again? For women mostly, post-menopause, all that. So check my website, find out the dates, 20 dates between now and the middle of October, and then in October, a 2-week run at a theater near you. I'll be doing the time and place for October very soon, and I'll have all the information you need on my website. And David, I snuck in a shameless advertisement into your tribe. Welcome to welcome to like commercialism. Welcome to the real use of the internet. Like, welcome to like, wow. I love being part of David's tribe. I'm Eileen Kelly. See you soon.